I was more call about over daily update TV. So then I will show you when they now subscribe. I'm a YouTube channel no like I share. Now the comment I share comment section. A badge brand I came at you for national phone in TV. Nina say a year Afenyo Markins. Ana washa say the 50 soldiers and anti DNAC raising any then because or say or no that fiama po majority chief or more charming at times more ammonia sadeno. Ana all cast 50 soldiers no you see some of the leaders ana lawyer Matipukas and Afenyo Markins. So a major case at the soldier 50 soldiers enam the fear of what? Ora, a fear of prosecution, a fear of a den, and what this 50 soldier be 90. The fear of assassination, the fear of den, and what the 50 soldier. You go to more details. God bless. I daily update TV so. Na mission on your Kesi. Na ye borrow ma ye buy. Bet one common so said ye na omudi. No God bless you.
The minister responsible for finance, and the new governor, Dr. Siama, are with Atu and the economic management team are putting things in order. There will be improvement, and once improvement comes, Labour will have their fair share. And I can assure you that going forward, there will be improvement on the 10% and not a deterioration. Well, so I want to commend the president for actually saying it to participate in the process. And like Professor Jampo recounted, there was no need to be going through first layer, second layer, seeking approval before returning to Labour and say, I have clearance. The person who cleared you himself was in charge of the negotiations. And this novel approach has to be maintained. So Labour will know that the man is looking into their face and negotiating with them. And so that alone gives some comfort. And they will measure us. So even us, we the party leaders, we have been cautioned to live frugally, live prudently, and live modestly. Yes. We, the party leaders. When I say party leaders, in Parliament, we are extension. Yes, we are party leader. Even us, our general secretary and our chairman has cautioned us. So that is why you don't see my majority leader, the Honorable Ayariga, riding around with 50 military men in a convoy. He won't do that.
Was there ever a time?
But a couple of months ago, it was the case.
Who was riding around with 50 military personnel?
I'm saying a couple of months ago, it was the case.
Why that a majority
I am saying that it was the case.
So then that's Afenyo.
So I am saying that we have been cautioned to be modest.
You know.
That me, the majority. The majority.
I don't know.
We don't ride around in a convoy. No. You don't do that.
I mean, Dami was using a soldier for his.
I am going there. Listen, I am getting there.
Yeah.
That you don't have an attorney general riding around with 50 military men front and back.
Can you imagine?
In a bulletproof convoy, or in a bulletproof vehicle. Yeah. What are you afraid of?
Bought by the state.
Dr. Aini. Dr. Aini will come and hold camaraderie with us and sit with us, even as an attorney general. Yeah. He doesn't ride in a bulletproof because he's not afraid. He's serving the people.
How about
when you serve the people, when you do your work well, you are not afraid of engaging the people. However pedestrian the environment is. You can walk the streets of Accra in your box, in your white shorts, in your polo shirt, and enter shops and buy toothpaste and say hello to the people in the streets. You are not afraid. You don't walk about with gun-toothed soldiers hooded.
Redirect. Let's come back.
Like Jim Mensa, when you supervise the election and you do your work well.
You made that point.
Hold on. This matter, these issues, they go to the social justice of this. They go, look, social justice. When you are giving the executive and the executive power plus the pest to
to exercise and spend. How does that reflect in your conduct with the people? So all this matters. And I think that is important. We want to fight galamsey. Do we have party officials, ministers of state sponsoring the excoriation and the degradation of our red earth? so that when we want to engage the community people that want to rehabilitate the environment, they will participate in the tree planting. They will participate in creating woodlots so the environment can be rehabilitated. But when you are a willing participant, they will listen to you. These are the real issues. When you yourself are evading taxes at the port, you think that people will pay taxes? When you set up chains of companies and you are bringing tons of rights and you are not paying taxes, people won't pay tax. So these are the reality checks, the checklist that is being handed out to us, we the leaders, so that every day we take it. We are measured by it. His Excellency says what? By the end of the first quarter, you file your assets declaration. We didn't hear this in the immediate past. People didn't even bother. Even judges when we were screening them for purposes of appointing, they had to admit that they didn't do it, that they are taking steps to rectify that.
Judges.
It happened in this country.
You still appointed them?
Over his recommendation.
No. You shouldn't recommend it.
We understand. People saw it as a mere irregularity, but it was
you
not.
can't make it mere irregularity.
No, the person says at the time I'm appearing before you have taken steps to regularize it.
No.
So it was regarded as a mere irregularity.
You can't be an adjudicator of the law.
But I'm making a point.
Yeah.
And I'm making
your point is
making a point. So these are the matters that we ourselves, the occupiers of public office. That is, in fact, me beginning, he taught us. The phrase is, you are an occupier of an office. Now we say holder of an office. So they are holding office and they are bluffing us with it. You occupy, so you can be removed. When you are an occupier of an office, there are ethical things that we must follow and do. Now it is no longer the case. Mainly, people don't value those things anymore, but they go to the core. Like I speak, those days, judiciary, when you bring somebody to court, the judge will say, if you're not ready, let me strike out this matter so you can have his freedom. Anytime prosecution is ready, you can come back. So this way, judges were, when we began practice, 1, 2, 3, they will strike off the case. But now, Afoko is the test case, so I'll leave it there. Well, so Kesi, on this matter in respect of labor, I've told you, JM is the positive antithesis of what we have seen. Well, and that for me is the headline.
Well, there's a reference you made. The reason why I was asking questions about some of the inferences that you made in your submission is that I don't know, or I didn't see the whichever leader of Parliament a few months ago using 50 military men moving around with them. That's why I asked you whether it is information that you are aware of. Of course, I don't know. Unless, of course, you made that
the media, you covered movements of leaders during the election. You covered.
Are you talking about election? Or he said he was moving around with...
Kesi, we can interrogate this matter. There are videos available. The number of security personnel that followed ministers and political leaders in the past government are available.
Especially the use of the soldiers.
I am not limiting this to one particular leader even, so that it's as if I'm targeting at all. I am saying there's a clear departure from what used to be the culture to what is happening now. To the extent that I'm saying, we've been cautioned. That my majority leader, my boss, When he comes to parliament, he comes unceremoniously. When I enter parliament, I enter unceremoniously. Meanwhile, I'm the majority chief whip. He is the majority leader, a leader of government business.
Okay.
He comes, you don't even realize. You have to call and say, well, I'm in the office. He comes, he calls me, whip, I'm around, come.
Right.
Others used to arrive ceremoniously.
Thank you.
That's the point I'm making.
Well,
These days, you don't hear my colleague ministers. You don't hear sirens all over the
Let's be honest about that.
No, honestly, no, please, let us make that point. I will speak for my party and my colleagues in executive every day.
You're not hearing the siren.
I must sing my own song, and I will do it on their behalf. I have to speak for them. When they exhibit good conduct, let me amplify it. And just post it to what happened immediately before. And it's very significant.
Why are we not hearing the sirens?
No. Thank you very much. Yeah. The sirens you hear now is maybe speaker, the president himself, or ambulance.
To be honest, we don't have the siren thing by
siren quarter anymore. It
is very nauseating. And I hope Mr. President,
even the IGP drives in traffic. Even the IGP drives in the traffic.
IGP down Paris yesterday. The man drove in his sedan alone.
Okay.
How can whose life is more at risk than the man who is catching people and putting them in Kandaba every day?
Yes.
The man drives on his own, and he came no noise. You know, no noise.
No ceremony.
For what I saw,
no salute.
He drove himself.
I have seen him.
He did not come with a convoy.
Yeah.
He's an office, a security official. The laws entitle him to do so. Yeah. You know, look, this is a new tone. I'm just praying that your people don't get carried away very quickly. And even Land Cruiser V8 will not be satisfactory for them. They want Lexus LX 600. Yeah. That nonsense respectfully must stop. You are a bunch of broke people stealing personal money, and you are buying Lexus. I mean, are you thinking? Well, when I say this, they say I don't respect. But you don't respect yourself.
Somebody.
I mean, are you thinking you take people's money? You don't have money to buy your own Lexus.
I can tell you on authority that my colleague ministers, they are driving their own cars. Nobody has purchased any vehicle for that's what I'm saying. I'm saying,
and that's what I'm saying
since taking office.
This is a demand that you make.
They are driving their own vehicle. They have insisted that they want a Lexus. They are driving. Some are even driving their own saloons.
Because talk about the cut down of expenditure, opulence, and then also living within our means, tightening our belts. Council, this call you made, I think 3 weeks or so ago, about the departure from the norm that we were used to. This buying of V8s and so on. Well, this is what a lot of them is saying. We haven't checked as yet, so I can't corroborate that statement that is made. But then again, it's one that we have to hold government to ensure that we don't. There are a number of cars in the pool already. So beyond this statement, what do you want to see?
Yes, so I think we need as you said, because it's not checked. You remember, to be straight, we want President Mahama to give us assurances that they are not buying new V8s. My understanding is that the Akufo-Addo administration ordered some before they left. So if we'll be giving visibility on what has arrived, what is the number?
Right.
Yes, so that beyond that, please, no more V8s, fresh ones. There are enough used ones in the system.
Okay.
Because you sit here, you have your own car. Honorable Dafemako, you've bought your own car. So why is that suddenly when you become a minister, then you want to have the best of the best? So you know that what you drive today is not the best, so you want to get the best at the expense of the state. Then where is the service? That's why I keep asking, where is the service?
When you see the problem we have is when we say at the expense of the state, it makes it look like something remote. At the expense of the hawker, at the expense of that cocoa seller, who is struggling to get her trotro money, at the expense of that pensioner whose money you have taken, at the expense of that nurse who is still looking for a posting, at the expense of those children in schools and at trees. That is how we should say it.
Yes. Perfect.
You know, look, public officials must learn to serve. It is public service. It is not serve us, dear public. That is not it. You must be in tune. It is a call to service. In a developing country, politics is not a job.
Indeed.
Public service is not a job. It is a call to serve. So it's not a place for you to come and look for your own economic aggrandizement and fulfill your own economic returns. That's not the place. Then go to the private sector. Come and hustle with me. You don't do that.
Okay.
You'll be buying all kinds of cars. One minister has to have what do you call it? LX600 Lexus, $350,000 for one. Then must have a sedan. Then must have a pickup.
Perfect. So that is what. Okay.
When you are broke and you are running a broke country, a broke company is your own company, will you be doing that for your managers?
Right.
Perfect. That's
The rule you should have every time is, if it is my business, is this what I would have done? If it's my business, is it the person I would have appointed? These are the things that public officials must be thinking about. To be
Connection for comment section. Yabaji Brena Akinkan Ama wa drink channel so a TF nyina so ayene. God bless you. Stay tuned, stay connected. Na me ensure on your Kesi say aye waje Brena wakajumadi no. Na me sure ye pa. God bless you.